grupo Africa No Filter, que está con ustedes acá, como mentor. La campaña Correct the Map.
Invitado Víctor Mark-Onyegbu. Él es responsable de subvenciones ejecutiva en Oxford, Cambridge y Harvard. Recibámoslo con un fuerte aplauso.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very incredible opportunity to be speaking right after one of our legends and our icons in Africa, Professor Carlos Lopez. I think he deserves another round of applause. I am the head of grants and community building at Africa No Filter. Thank you so much to CASA Africa. Thank you so much to every one of you for also participating. I've got just 20 minutes, so I'll try my best to run through some slides. I work for Africa No Filter. Africa No Filter is an advocacy organization that works with storytellers. We support storytellers. We invest in media platforms across Africa and diaspora. We do this to empower them to be able to shift narratives about Africa, from narratives that are based on poverty, corruption, poor leadership, diseases, to narratives that are built around a dynamic continent that showcases our opportunity, progress, and innovation. I'm from Nigeria in Africa. I spoke to a friend who walked into an Ivy League university, and he was like, this is a country of 1.4 billion people heading to 2.5 billion people by 2050. 70% of all that we consume about Africa falls into those frames, and it leads to 3 persistent stereotypes or 3 persistent narratives. And the last and the most debilitating of all of them is that Africans lack agency. And I said yesterday about business in Africa is dominated by references to foreign powers. For the very first time, the G20 held in South Africa on African soil, and the conversations were completely dominated by the friction between South Africa and the United States. And I think that was a very big missed opportunity for the continent and focus on the issues that should matter to us. We talk about stereotypical consequences. Very little effort has gone into putting numbers to the problem, and when you put numbers to a problem, it makes it more understandable. African countries are unjustifiably perceived as higher risk by international investors and multilaterals, and are therefore paying significantly more for credit when compared with other countries in other geographical areas with similar socioeconomic conditions. So you begin to understand the magnitude of the challenge that we are grappling with on the continent. We've just talked about a fraction of economic consequences or economic costs. There are also reputational costs, brand values of African brands, the prejudices against businesses and innovation on the continent, what people have been conditioned to expect about Africa. If those stories go against those stereotypes, then you're basically swimming against the tide. We are not just about this because of the size, but there are unconscious biases that are cultivated by false narratives. In 1878, there was a book written by Henry Morton Stanley, Through the Dark Continent, that called Africa the hopeless continent. Now, you would expect that such an important advancement would get so much media attention. But here's the thing, it gets only 1% of news and academic research. A documentary about Ugandan rebel leader Joseph Kony and his movement's use of child soldiers is released. It got over 100 million views under 1 week. This is what I need you all as media professionals to bear in mind. Stop, reflect, and think about the narratives you reinforce through the stories that you tell. This is a tool that I recommend to every one of you. And I will be stopping my presentation very shortly. You can scan this or get in touch with me. Africa No Filter, we invest a lot in producing the materials that can help you write about Africa better, communicate about Africa better, represent Africa better, advocate for Africa better. So you might have wonderful intentions, but you might be going about it the wrong way. These investments are to provide you the resources that you need. I will leave you with a video that talks about who we are and what we represent in Africa. And I would like you to have that at the back of your mind as the last thing you hear from me.
Muchísimas gracias.